Hi, my name is Abigail, Abby, and it has been a year almost to the date since I had my diagnosis.
My name's Hayley and I just got my diagnosis last month and I started the whole process around this time last year.
My name's Lauren and I was diagnosed in 2020 August.
I feel like when it was most noticeable was probably around the age of 13 or 14. Misdiagnosed as anxiety and depression. And I think as I got to a working age and I found my feet professionally, that anxiety just increased tenfold. And it was suddenly I'm not anxious about somebody calling me a name at school. It's suddenly I'm anxious about something I could possibly have said wrong in a very important professional environment. And I made the decision to see a private psychiatrist. I did originally think that I had OCD, but when I explained to him what I was feeling and the things that I was experiencing, he kind of said, well, if you'd considered you might have autism. And I said, oh, no, but now I am.
My son has got an autism diagnosis and he's waiting for an ADHD assessment as well. And my youngest daughter's waiting for an autism assessment and we think that she's autistic. And it's like learning about autism through them was my first experience of it until my son started going through the process. I didn't know anybody else who was autistic.
I was diagnosed with depression and severe anxiety issues by CAMHS and I was really struggling. I didn't really have any friends, I didn't have a social life. I also didn't really understand what autism was and I really wanted to have an understanding and have a support system. So my mum found Daisy Chain and we reached out.
It was really helpful in that I finally felt I knew who I was. But then at the same time, it's like, well, what is me and what is autism? I suppose I kind of had a divide that like one side of me was just me and then the other side of me was autistic, when really it was like this.
And I felt like I'd finally found some answers that I'd just been looking for forever. So I was excited to get those and excited to learn more about autism. Just finally have those answers, I guess.
Before I'd even had like the proper diagnosis land in my emails, I spoke to my line manager and I said, look, and she said, well, is this something that you would like to share, or is this something you just want to keep within us and like the HR team? And I said, no, I want to share it.
There was not a single part of me that thought anything good would come out of coming at Daisy Chain. It was a very pessimistic period of my life when I reached out. I did an online group with a ton of girls, which I really struggled with. Then I did a one-time yoga thing, and currently I'm in a wellbeing group where we just all, get support whenever we need it.
I found that really helpful, just the nice small groups, because I was overwhelmed at first. I didn't know what to expect, and I was really nervous coming to them. Like, I was so nervous I nearly didn't get out of the car when I first got here because I wasn't sure what to expect. And I think like having the small group sizes and speaking on the phone to like the wellbeing team beforehand really helped.
For one, I've made some great friends, which I really needed at the time, and I've still got them, and they're really lovely people. I've got a greater understanding of autism, which is very important to me. It was there when I needed it in a very rough time. It's made me feel a lot better about myself, which nothing else was able to do actually. I'm very, very grateful to Daisy Chain for that.
The whole experience was very positive, but I think it highlights the need for awareness, because some people, it's not that they are being offensive or are offensive, it's that, what do you say if somebody tells you you've got autism? I think a lot of people want to jump and ask like, well, what do you need from us? Like, what support can we give you? Which is great, but in my situation, I didn't need that. I just wanted to tell people.
So if I could go back, I'd tell myself like that there's a reason for the challenges and why I find certain things difficult, and that I don't have to try so hard to keep up with everyone else or trying to fit in.
There's no need to have yourself on this high standard that you'll never achieve, because you find the way you are and it's not a big deal anymore. Like, we're just people like everyone else and we have struggles, but we also have greatness in us and we're not like weird.
There's a huge generation or a huge amount of people who've been missed. There are so many autistic women who you will come into contact with who you'll never know is autistic.
And often we don't always fit the stereotypes of what people think autism is from what they see in the media.
I feel proud that as an autistic woman, I have the courage to do something like this. There's a lot of people who don't disclose, and I understand why, because the pressure of not knowing how somebody's going to take that, or whether you're going to be looked at in different light. It's just nice that people can find each other and we have this community despite not being given the opportunity to.
I'm able to share my experiences. I share a lot on social media and things like that about my experience of it, and like ways that I've found of doing things that are helpful to me, that might be helpful to other people.
And if somebody's reaching out and saying that they need support, or can they have a conversation with you about something, then just take the time to do better for the people around you, I suppose.
It has its ups and its downs, but so does everything, and it's something that if you have it, you should be proud of, and if you know someone that has it, you should be proud of them for getting through the day, because it's difficult to do so. It's not a disease, like some people seem to think it is. It's not. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just yourself, and it's a beautiful thing to be.